Welcome to the Popcast with Tim Andrews. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. And hopefully the dogs won. So I'm just going to say, go dogs. This is some music. We don't usually start the show this way, but yeah, man, we're talking wrestling. We are talking professional wrestling. And you know, it's not just the big three, the WWE, the AEW, and the NWA, which is pretty much run by Smashing Pumpkins. And this week, I have a guy here with me who's setting out to prove just that. The Dynamic Wrestling Alliance is bringing it with Knocktoberfest 2. Saturday, October 21st. That's next Saturday in Barnesville, Georgia. And my guest this week, Kevin Kirkland.
What's up, dude?
Welcome to the Popcast. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, buddy.
All right. So now, are you the general manager of this league? Are you the Vince McMahon of the DWA?
I'm the Vince McMahon with way less muscles and I can't grow a mustache like that. So
no, he does have a mustache. And he looks weird now.
Yeah, he looks really creepy now. So
yeah, as he gets older now, he's turned it over. I've seen. Well, I don't know if he turned it over, but somebody turned it over. It's all Triple H running everything. But we're not talking about WWE. But that is my benchmark. I go back to the early 1980s. First time I started watching wrestling, Hulk Hogan was a bad guy in the WWE, then WWF. And when we would go see wrestling, and I'm from this town called Elmira, New York, Mansfield, PA, they're next to each other. You would go to a high school to see Magnificent Morocco fight Jimmy Snuka and things like that. So that's really what it amounted to. But wrestling is not dead. Wrestling is alive and well, and not just the professional leagues, if that's what you want to call them. You guys are a professional league. Tell me about DWA and local wrestling and how it's still something that people love to go see and perform.
Well, yeah, man. So the success to independent wrestling was paved long before we decided to do this. There's a huge, I don't want to say underground market for it, but there's just a certain niche of people that will go to these things. And usually people that have never watched wrestling before and go to these local shows, they usually really enjoy it, And it is exciting, you don't have to pay $100 to be ringside or more. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, we, last year, for my son's birthday party, I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, kind of what you were discussing, grew up in the Attitude Era. And last spring, my son's birthday party, he's big into wrestling. He's 8 years old. And so we're like, dude, let's put on a wrestling birthday party, like a wrestling show. We built this ring out of tarps and tires and plywood.
This is in your backyard.
In backyard, dude. And we just threw some ropes on it. We weren't expecting to do anything with it other than just this birthday party.
Right.
And so me and a buddy created these wrestling characters, painted our face, put wigs on and stuff, and came out and did it. And we put it online, and it just took off. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say it went viral, but it did get over 10,000 views. And then everywhere we would go, people would talk about it and like, dude, you got to do wrestling again. Yeah. So screw it. We'll get a couple other dads out there. We'll call it DWA, call it Dads Wrestling Association, and just have fun with it, And so we put on a show. We had like 400 people show up.
400 people. Yeah. Where'd you put the show on, the first show?
So the first show was out. My girlfriend, her grandparents own a large tract of land in High Falls, Georgia. So it's they own about 200 acres, but it's really just kind of like a small field to the side of their home. So that was the space that we went with originally.
And you got 400 people there.
Yes. I mean, it's big enough for that, It's still a good-sized field.
So that's more than just your friends. That's word of mouth. That's, hey, let's go watch this.
Oh, dude, yeah. We printed out posters, and we didn't charge, right? Uh-huh. So we did, inflatables and bands and stuff like that. So we called it Squatch Farms Arena because way out in the woods out there's a long history of people seeing Bigfoot out there in those woods.
Sasquatch.
Yeah. Oh, man. He's out there. Take it from me. But but yeah, so
what does he eat?
You
got to recruit him.
This time of year, well, he was at our show last year when we had it out there. We throw out fruits and stuff this time of year because he's usually able to protein up with the deer. But anyways, I won't tell most of his secrets.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air. But no, so huge success. And then, the ring that we had built after that show just kind of fell apart.
Right.
So we had to go get us a new, actual ring, and then we started having to recruit actual wrestlers instead of us fat dads out there. And I'm very proud of the guys that that helped me out. Obviously did it for free and risked their lives doing it.
Do they get to go in the Hall of Fame as founders
100%.
when you have the DWA?
Yes, we're going to call that the golden age.
All right.
So as we grew, we got more and more wrestlers that would message me and be like, dude, this is looking awesome. It's getting a lot of attention. And we don't do shows every weekend. So we want to do one like once a quarter,
right?
4 times a year, and have a cool theme, and we want to decorate it. We want it to be this immersive event, and now that's kind of where we're at now with Action Show Studios. That's how me and you met, was our mutual friend Josh there, and but they're putting us on this platform, the streaming platform Kick, and it's going to be broadcasted all over the world,
and people are going to dig it.
Oh, dude,
absolutely going to dig it.
Yes, and our shows are, the days of the headlocks, and I'm not saying they're not done anymore, but, just kind of the older days of wrestling, we're in a transition period right now. And so if we could bring this to a virtual audience, because a lot of the 400 people I talked about coming to our shows, a lot of them weren't traditional wrestling fans.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? They were just looking for something to do? Or?
Yeah, they just thought it was a party to bring their kids to, and they're sitting in in this field with their mouths wide open like, what am I watching,
Yeah.
And, of course, if they had ever gone to any other wrestling show, they probably would have thought the same thing, obviously.
Right. Let me stop you right there, because you brought this up right at the beginning of the interview. Wrestling, before WWE, wrestling was absolutely regional every single place. Now, that league existed. WWF was in the Northeast.
Correct.
And it was run by Vince McMahon Sr., but there were tons of them all over the country. And then there were regional. There was AWA, NWA, and WWF that all had cable contracts. So really what you're saying is just an extended and a modern way of doing what they did, except you're worldwide. Now, to bring that back a little bit, they had the era where everybody merged into one, and then people split apart, and there's still televised wrestling. But the thing that still remains is that regional spirit, because Georgia, as far as I know, has 4 or 5 regional wrestling organizations, including yours. And I meet these guys, and I talk to these people and girls who do the wrestling. So it's amazing. It's just fans continuing that spirit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a minor league.
You're 100% right. It's a farming system, and there are so many very talented people. Just the other day, we went to the WWA4 wrestling school, and those guys are just absolutely bonkers. Like, they're diving over top ropes every match. It's just they're really, and they love it. You wouldn't do it if you didn't love it, and it's good to see somebody at their craft doing something that they genuinely just love, because these guys, they live a hard lifestyle.
Yeah, they do. I've watched all the documentaries, the ones on Vice. Yeah. Those are great.
Yes.
The official ones on A&E that the WWE produced.
Right.
But those ones on Vice are pretty raw.
Yeah, dude. I have the highest respect, and I am one of those guys, if you start talking about wrestling being fake in a bad manner, that really irks me the wrong way, because it's like they don't know what these guys go through.
Well, it's a generational thing. I used to watch it on Saturday afternoons, and my granddad would sit down and goes, "Why are you watching this? It's all fake." And I said, "What do you mean? It's not fake. They're hitting each other." And he goes, "Back when Gorgeous George wrestled, it was..." So I knew. I figured it out at that time. It's always been that way. But he just liked those guys. He didn't like Hulk. He didn't like the way they look. He didn't like the Iron Sheik back then, But when I started watching wrestling, the champion was Bob Backlund, and you couldn't find a more milquetoast, boring dude to be champion. Nice guy, and he came back and tried different gimmicks and stuff. But when Hulk came in, that's when it just exploded.
Totally changed. Yeah. You're 100% right. And now it's just about, larger-than-life characters. And like I said, I grew up in the Attitude Era, so they were all just like superheroes to me, or supervillains.
So you're talking The Rock and Stone Cold. Now, were you watching WCW too?
Yeah, I was. That's kind of where I started, was the Monday Night Wars. I was born in '88, so that's started really.
So damn, you're 12 right there at the peak.
Yeah, I'm dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm prime Attitude Era kid. So, But yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Can I tell you something?
Sure,
I'm
go
sorry
ahead.
to keep interrupting you, but all right. So I started working for 96 Rock's, an extinct radio station. I'm allowed to mention it.
I listened to that too.
In the fall of 2000, and one of the first events I did as promotions director there was a WWE event at the Dome, and it might have been Phillips, I don't know, whatever it was. Anyway, we go there, and the sales guy gave me front row seats. I'm sitting watching all this awesome stuff going on, and I'm watching The Rock was there, and Triple H, and they're fighting each other, and Slick was there with the hose, and that's the Attitude Era. Do you remember Slick and the hose, and they'd lift their shirts up?
Oh yeah.
And it was just a completely. But just to you're 12, I'm 30, and I'm feeling the exact same thing you are. Like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, in a good way, not in a weird way. Hey, we got to take a break. Stick around. We're gonna do the whole hour. Kevin Kirkland is the general manager. Proper term, right?
You can call me what you want. I wear a lot of hats at that place.
Okay, general manager. Do you wrestle?
I do, man.
Oh, what's your name?
do.
What's your stage name?
I have an alter ego, Crazy Azul.
Crazy Azul. All right.
Yeah.
Crazy Azul. We'll talk about Crazy Azul when we come back. Don't forget, the reason he is here is we are talking about DWA Knocktoberfest 2, Saturday, October 21st in Barnesville, Georgia at the Squatch Farms Arena.
That's right, baby.
Don't go away. You're listening to the Popcast with Tim Andrews on WSB. My name is Tim Andrews, in case you didn't know that. And my guest this week, Kevin Kirkland from Dynamic Wrestling Alliance. Now, you told me, Kevin, that you're a fan of the Attitude Era. That's when your fanhood began. So we're kicking it off here with a little Stone Cold Steve Austin. Did you like him as a kid? Who was your favorite in that era?
Dude, Stone Cold is definitely up there. Rock, obviously, is a great choice. But my favorite wrestler, I'd have to go Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
Good choice. He was a good wrestler and very dynamic in the ring, entertaining, good character.
100%.
Yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened in those days. I mean, after those days, but
Yeah.
doesn't diminish what they did in the ring. Right?
Absolutely not.
Not at
No.
all. It was a rebirth for me, that era, that complete rebirth, because it had gotten stale. All the good guys, not good guys, but not baby faces, but all the guys I liked had gone to WCW, and it was like a wasteland over there at WWF.
Yeah.
Then became WWE. But what happened was they merged or whatever, and then this whole thing just cataclysm. They crashed into each other, and you were right there in the middle of that. So that's pretty awesome. Now, you told me before we broke that you do wrestle, and your name is Crazy Azul. Tell me a little bit about him.
Oh, man. Well, he's a wild man. And let me preface this by just saying that he's not a 100% trained wrestler like these other guys. Like I said, I've learned some stuff along the way.
Yeah.
I have the greatest respect for these guys.
Wait. Who turned on? What the hell is this?
Oh, hello,
I cannot
boys.
believe this. Tim, I am so sorry, man.
What are we talking about? Who is this guy? Who is it?
That is right.
This is
It's your boy
this is
Chaynmale.
a self-acclaimed
Oh.
genius,
Hello,
Chaynmale. He manages Team Nightmare at DWA.
Did you really think that you were going to do an interview without Chaynmale? One of your top guys is Chaynmale, the absolute G. And he's right. I do run one of the greatest factions in all of wrestling, Team Nightmare. That is correct. Team Nightmare.
Team Nightmares. You didn't tell me you were bringing anybody.
I did not bring this man.
I did not tell him I was going to arrive, but
I don't know how you got past security.
Listen, I'm world-renowned rapper, singer, right? I'm producer. I'm incredible. Everything I do, I know all kinds of famous people. Heck, he won't tell you this, but I'm the reason Action Show Studios and Kick Streaming, that's right, I brought them all to the table. All I do is make everything better. He knows it. Tell him that.
That's very debatable.
And whoever I'm talking to.
Now tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Is he responsible for your success and
No,
getting-
listen, I do speak a little bit of rubbish at times.
Yeah.
I'm not responsible for all of his success, but what I am responsible for is, of recent, all of their content is way better than it was before, and that, I can assure you, was your boy Chaynmale.
Kevin?
You know, I Sometimes I'm a man, and I will admit credit when credit's due. He inserted himself into our space, and although 90% of the things he does I disagree with, but he does bring an interesting dynamic to Dynamic Wrestling Association.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you did there. He's clever at times, really. I will say, it's this is really good for him. You do have a face for radio, so I think
talking to me?
No, you are wonderful. You should
Thank
be
you.
on TV.
Thank you.
This guy, he's got a face for radio. It should honestly, it's a good thing we're not filming. Or are we?
Chainmail, are you the champion or are you just a hype guy?
No,
what do you do?
basically, listen, I'm one of the world's greatest trained wrestling entities, right?
I understand.
I'm not a wrestler, but I'm trained. I'll take a punch. I'll do whatever I've got to do.
Right.
Listen, if I got to interfere in a match, so be it. If
You
I
hear
got
him?
to,
You
I
hear
hear
him
him. I hear him.
interfering in a match.
Yeah.
That's what you're all
Did I
about.
say interfere? If I say intervene, what I meant was intervene, with my presence into a match. Right, because listen, I'm friends with everyone, so I'm friends with some of the refs, and sometimes, I've got ADD and I jump up to the mat and I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you something about next Saturday. Wait, remember this? So I jump up and I say some things to them, and that's all right. And
Okay.
listen, not everything goes Chaynmale's way or Team Nightmare's way, but I do represent Chip Schuyler, and he always wins.
Chip Schuyler. Now, he is a DWA champion, right?
He is the DWA Ultra Violent Champion.
Ultra
yes.
violent champion. So that means he's a little extreme. Does he hit people with like fluorescent lights and chairs and?
He does do that kind of stuff.
Okay. And you accept this kind of thing?
Absolutely. I mean, he's...
What about a fair fight? You don't need
what?
weapons. You don't need weapons.
what?
You don't need outside objects.
What are
do
you talking about?
A fair fight. Wrestling. Get in the ring.
Exactly.
Square up.
Team Nightmare, these guys are trained by the best. Listen, Team Nightmare, we've got the Warden, Randy Reno, Alexander Lev. These guys are incredible, all
Right.
right?
Chainmail, I hope you know that Nathan Mowry and Tank are coming down for an Oktoberfest too to face your boy Chip.
Two men have to take
They're
on
not bringing
Chip.
Bombshell, I hope.
He's going to
right?
get a tag team partner. We don't know who he's picking yet, but
Well, listen, I'm not worried about that. Listen, Nathan, I mean, as long as Chip's out there as well, I feel pretty confident that I could stare down Nathan, and as long as he's not bringing Bombshell, right? Bombshell is a lady that escorts him to the ring, Nathan Mowry. And they kind of laid a whooping on Chaynmale last month at our Believe Music Hall. We did a big show brawl at the hall.
And she got you cornered and took care of you, didn't she?
She got me good.
Yeah.
She did. But I wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
Honestly, if I were, but I don't want to be in the same room with a ring with her if I can avoid it.
Now, is she going to be there for sure?
I can
I hope
neither
not. I don't know.
confirm
So-
or deny.
Okay. So we're going to talk to this Chip Schuyler, this ultra-violent champion.
Yeah, we could give him a call.
Yeah? Is it okay with you? You're his
Of course,
manager.
yeah, absolutely. If he's got time for you guys.
Well, why? Why wouldn't he have time?
He's a busy guy. Listen,
Sure.
it's Chip Schuyler. He's a champion.
I understand. He's the champ. Don't mess with the champ. All right, Chainmail. You jumped in here, so it looks like Chainmail's sticking
I'm
around.
staying. I'm not going anywhere.
We don't have
buddy.
security or anything.
Well, he got by them.
What are you going to do? Honestly, shut up. I'm staying.
No idea how Chainmail got into this studio.
Sticking around.
So,
I'm staying.
Chainmail and Kevin Kirkland, Dynamic Wrestling Alliance. Knocktoberfest 2, Saturday, October 21st in Barnesville, Georgia. Real quick, where can people go find out information?
Go to our Facebook, go to DWA Wrestling. You could go to DWAWrestling.com, Instagram, Dynamic Wrestling Association. And you can get tickets. You could buy it on Eventbrite. You could also get tickets at the door. We got a haunted trail. We got inflatables, a band, kids 12 and under get in free. It's
Bring
going to
the
be,
kids.
it's
Bring the
going to be
kids.
kid friendly, and it's going to be awesome.
All right, more when we return. It's the Popcast with Tim Andrews on WSB.
That is a catchy tune.
That is a catchy
That is a
tune.
catchy tune, guys.
Yeah. We're still rolling, by the way, Chainmail. if you
Yeah, I
want
could
it.
listen. I could.
If you have
don't
anything
to
you got to get out of your
always-
system.
Listen, I understand we're rolling, and I could be a dick when I need to be. Ooh, I
No,
did
you
it
can.
myself.
I don't have to edit that.
That one's all right. All
Right,
right.
because this will be on the podcast, and on the
Oh,
podcast you
okay.
can swear, but
Yeah, all right. I should just keep to calling him like a schmuck.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a poopy head.
Yeah.
On when we're on regular air.
We going back on air at any time?
we're gonna go back. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And we'll call Chip when we...
Yeah, we'll
Come-
we'll-
okay.
yeah, when we break from this.
Gotcha.
we'll call
Okay,
Chip.
gotcha.
I mean, if he's going to take the call and everything.
He's a very busy guy.
I understand. He's
You're lucky you got Chaynmale here, but I heard. Listen, the main reason I'm here is I was not going to let this guy take all the credit all the time. Like, yes, your dad's wrestling association was wonderful and all.
right.
Touching story, it really is.
Now you got to make a meatloaf, and you made a meatloaf, and then you have gravy on the meatloaf, and the gravy makes the meatloaf taste better. Are you the gravy on the meatloaf?
Sure, it's one way to look at it.
I don't know. Not a very good analogy.
I was gonna say
I'm not-
the
icing on the cake.
Yeah, no, the uncooked piece of garlic in the meatloaf. That's
There you go.
That's
That's the
what he is.
one that you. Oh shit! And you spit it out.
Exactly.
Now let me ask you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, that one piece of garlic is with you for the rest of the night. So
is.
it's like it's in your brain, it's
That
on your
is.
breath, it's through your skin.
The
just
heartburn
like
that's
Chaynmale.
going right up to your
Yeah,
back.
that's why listen, everybody loves Chaynmale.
Right.
Loves me.
I understand.
I know.
I love you too. I'm not going to cross you, man.
All right.
Because guys wearing chainmail, you hit them, you're going to hurt your hand.
Obviously.
Right. And I don't have a sword.
It's almost like he's going around expecting to get hit in the head. You know, everybody loves him,
Right.
but
Well, he is British.
is he?
Sounds it.
We have never officially said where Chaynmale is from, and we're not going to. Listen, I'm from parts unknown with
Parts
an
unknown.
accent you have never heard before. It doesn't even matter. It's from all over the place. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm scared. Now let me ask you.
should be.
Let me ask you. Okay, back off chainmail. Do you guys know Vinny Bucci?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I do not know of Vinny Bucci.
I'm going to have to tell him about this. Vinny Bucci used to be an intern on the Regular Guy show where I used to work years and years and years and years ago. And he was Mr. Wrestling. He does a wrestling podcast. He's involved with all sorts of things. I think he manages, oh, God, what's his name? His brother owned a Ford dealership, and I can't think of his name, and I feel stupid now. But he was a pro wrestler, and he still lives in town.
Okay.
Andersons. Only in Arn Anderson.
No, not those guys. They don't know that they own.
I'm not sure. It's not the Andersons.
But Vinny Bucci, you might know him if you've seen him. He goes,
Hey, listen.
I probably
listen,
would,
my
yeah.
long lost brother, all right?
Yeah.
Tony Chainlink, he may know your buddy, Vinny.
Yeah?
Tony Chainlink, he's my long lost brother. Hey, forget about it, Tony Chainlink. We're going to keep this edited out because we haven't really broke the story of Chainmail having a brother named Tony Chainlink. And right now, I'm utilizing the body to speak on behalf of Tony Chainlink right
you
now.
didn't tell me you had multiple personalities.
I have no clue
Yeah,
who's
no
sitting
idea.
beside me right now.
Why is
Tim.
happening? What
Tim,
happened? What did I miss?
With you being the actual voice expert, can you give me a
What did
a
I
voice?
miss?
What kind of voice would you like?
What about the Aquatine?
Which Aquatine
Are you
guy?
talking about Meatball?
I can't do Meatwad.
Meatwad?
You want to hear Meatwad? I can't do it. I might be able to do a little bit of color.
Listen, obviously you guys didn't get any sponsors, so I'm going to cover this up because I don't think anyone is sponsoring this show, and I'm damn sure that they're not sponsoring DWA.
Let's see if I can do this one, yeah. Cup of coffee, yeah, in the big time, yeah. I don't really do a very good one, yeah, because he's dead and everything, yeah, and I don't see him very much. But when I was a kid, always doing the Macho Man, yeah. Me, Gene Okerlund, yeah.
I love
You know
that.
something, brother?
That was good. That
You
was
know
good.
something, brother?
Who's that?
Hogan.
Yes.
You know something, brother?
Hey, brother. Let me
I'm
tell you
not
something,
sure.
brother.
I don't know how to speak like you guys. I just do like myself.
Oh, let me
as
tell you this,
Chainmail.
brother. Dude, hey, brother.
You know who does the best? Will Sazzo. You guys know Will Sazzo?
Of course we know Sasso.
Will Sasso.
Yeah, Will Sasso.
On the podcast he does Dudesy, where the computer tells him what to do. So he'll do commercial reads as Jesse Ventura, and he's the only guy that can do a spot on Ventura.
Wow.
Wonderful. He's
That
wonderful.
deep, grumbly voice, kind of.
No, 'cause I live in the Baja. And when you look in the sky, and
I see I can't do him. I was able to do. Okay, I'm out of it now. I used to be able to do a lot of those guys. You want to see my impression of Jimmy Snuka when he first got into WWF?
Sure.
Is that before or after he got away with murder?
Way before.
You
but
guys do know he got away with murder.
I know he did, and then
allegedly, or did he really? Like,
Allegedly.
he's dead now. It
Allegedly.
doesn't matter.
Don't cancel Chainmail.
Don't chance.
Scott Hall will come after you, brother.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Yo. Hey, yo.
Don't talk bad about the bad guy.
No, don't talk. You
He's
wanna?
wonderful.
I'm a Cuban guy. I got machismo.
It's pretty good, actually.
My favorite thing that he ever said was during his induction into the Hall of Fame. It's like, hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Yes. Do you remember when he first came in and he'd beat somebody? He would just go, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We all, God, we'd sit around. We're in college. We're like, who is this guy? Holy shit, he's the best. All right, we're going to come back and kick off the third segment, so don't go anywhere. Well, you're listening to this in your car or on your walk Or maybe in your bathroom. I don't know.
Maybe in your bed.
Maybe in your bed, all alone.
We
Or
would like to serenade you while you're taking a poop.
sing.
Poopy, poopy, we'd like to serenade you while you're poopy. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I wasn't prepared to sing.
Are you ready?
I guess so.
You think you can tell us what to do?
No, I don't think I can tell Chaynmale what to do. Chaynmale and Kevin Kirkland are in the studio right now. We are talking about the Dynamic Wrestling Alliance bringing Knocktoberfest 2, Saturday, October 21st in Barnesville, Georgia at the Squatch Farms Arena. You a big fan of DX?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, suck it.
That's right. Suck it, buddy.
I got in trouble in school a lot of times for that.
I bet you did. My brother did too. My brother.
How could you not do it?
That's right. That was great. The last time I went to see wrestling was with my brother, right before the COVID S storm. I went and saw what is it, AEW at the
Oh, yeah.
in Duluth.
And no, I saw it down at Phillips. And in line ahead of us was the "It's still real to me, damn it" guy, who I eventually interviewed because I always wanted to talk to that guy.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy
What
that
do
he
you
was
mean
there.
it's still real? Obviously, for real.
Well, yeah, but remember that Terry Funk video where
Yeah.
the guy's crying and everything, and he went viral, and Terry said, "Take it easy, man. Take it easy, man." What God? That guy's name, oh God, what is his name? Now I feel really, really stupid. David Wills. He's a real nice guy. He's on Twitter. He's
I
a
bet
huge
he is.
wrestling
If you
fan.
got a heart for wrestling like that and you just break down and start crying,
Oh, yeah.
you got to be a good guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you guys, again, the event is Saturday, October 21st in Barnesville, Georgia, Knocktoberfest 2. So there was an Oktoberfest last year.
Yes.
And you do an event every quarter. I mean, what does our friend over here do, Mr. Chaynmale? What do you do when you're not, wrestling? Do you disturb people other
Well,
places?
basically, listen, Chaynmale, like I said earlier, Chaynmale is incredible singer, rapper, producer. I play drums.
Right.
I've got a band named Chaynmale as well. I'm Chaynmale. My band's name is Chaynmale. Chaynmale on my head, and I even wear chainmail in my bed. That's a story for another time.
Oh, let's get
but
the
yeah, you
chainmail
ask me
underwear.
what I do, and all I do is all things in the chains. I'm always wearing chainmail. I was born into it, so to
I
speak.
get it. Oh, you're born in chains, and you escaped.
I've
your
not
captors.
escaped. I'm still wearing the chains, obviously. I've
Well,
not
you
escaped.
you
What's
made
wrong
them
with
your
you?
own. You made them your own. Hey, the phone,
Exactly.
guys, the phones are ringing. You didn't tell me that you were gonna have. Who's calling?
Oh,
Is this another one of your surprises?
Oh, as a matter of fact, you might want to go ahead and
What?
answer it.
All right, hold
That's
it now.
right. I've even told your production guy to play his music.
Oh God, who is this? Who is this on the phone?
Oh, that's our guy.
That's the ultra-violent champion, Chip Schuyler.
Are you there? Chip?
Hello.
Oh,
It
Chip.
is your DWA ultra-violent champion, the Chip Schuyler. Man, it's a blessing to have me, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show uninvited.
I
So,
told them that.
You see what I deal with?
yeah, you deal with this as the general manager. Do these people give you crap all the time? Well, first of all, what is ultra-violent? What does that mean? You're the ultra-violent champion. You're the most violent person in the DWA, Chip Schuyler, or is that just the title?
That is correct.
Okay.
I bring violence to a new level like you've never seen before. I'm talking blood pouring all over the ring,
Ooh.
all over my opponents.
Okay. And what are you doing today? Are you cleaning up blood?
What am I doing today? I'm coming. I don't know. You guys are having me on. You're having the champ on. You got any questions for me? I'm here to answer any single question.
All right. Chip Schuyler, the ultraviolet champion of the DWA. How did you meet Chaynmale, and how did he become sort of your manager?
You know, Kevin put me with this guy named Chaynmale, right? Chaynmale, he actually reached out to me first, though. Basically, he asked it as an advocate for me, helping me win and stuff like that, helping me get over with the crowd and stuff like that. Obviously, I can do all that by myself, but it is nice to have just a little bit extra help. And so me and Chaynmale, we get the most heat that you have ever seen before, and me and Chaynmale make one great team. Because want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm still the DWA champion, and I'm going almost a year in December as champion.
So you're going to face, is this a title match that's taking place at Oktoberfest 2?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, he's actually going to be able to keep his little title for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But he is going to have some blast from the past coming. who he actually beat for the title last December, Tank, Deathmatch Legend champion.
Okay.
Will be teaming up.
You're going to make me fight this guy again?
I mean, Chip, you should see the smug look on his Kevin Kirkland's face as he's talking about your little belt. I've got news for you, buddy. He's not handing over that belt anytime soon, and if he tells me to, I will knock that smug look right off your face. You just wait.
And wait a minute now, Chainmail.
I'm just letting him. He's not going to disrespect
Wait a minute,
the champ like
Chainmail.
that.
This is my show.
Sounds like Boss is jealous.
Okay.
Obviously, he's jealous.
All right. What I'm taking away from my conversation with Mr. Chip Schuyler, though, is he doesn't really need you.
But like he said,
Man.
you know what? I can admit that Chip Schuyler is incredible. He doesn't need me.
Right.
But it is nice to have me around, and
Right.
I'm there. We've got nuclear heat together. That is true.
Okay. I understand. He's getting a little upset, Chip.
It helps a little bit because I don't have to talk to the idiot fans as much.
Exactly.
That helps a lot.
And there are plenty of morons
Yeah.
in Griffin, Georgia. I hate to say it,
Oh,
even
God,
though
they're disgusting. It's pure trash down there.
I'm not a big fan of Griffin. Is
I
that where
keep telling Kevin, I'm like, bro, if you're going to make me come back and defend my title, why don't we get the hell out of Griffin, Georgia? It is a complete dump.
Well,
where else would you go? Where else would you go other than Griffin?
All over the world. I'm traveling across the globe every single week. And you want to have me wrestling in little Griffin, Georgia? It is absolutely absurd.
Well, Chip, you can go on.
I got to do what I got to do to be the champ. huh?
Chip, you could go on the haunted trail ride, though, after the match. Think of how fun that would be.
So
would
right.
it would be a lot of fun. But you know what, Chip? I remember you when you were a nobody.
Yeah.
And you came. We brought you on because to our backyard association, and you can argue nobody knew Chip Schuyler until the DWA made him known.
Chip, Kevin was telling me that he created you and made you, and you wouldn't be anywhere
Oh,
without
take
it.
it easy. Listen, he's the most
No.
talented guy
Let me
they've
talk.
got.
Let me talk,
Let Chip
Chainmail.
speak for himself, Chainmail.
Let the champ talking, okay?
Yeah.
He didn't make me. No. I made DWA.
Okay.
I am DWA.
That's
You
not what
hear
I'm
me,
taking
Kevin?
away, though. I'm not taking that away, Chip. I'm taking away that Kevin created the DWA, brought you in, and you kind of just assumed that you were going to be the main guy, you were going to be the champion, and it's really a lot
Bullocks.
of yeah,
It's bullocks, I
right?
tell you. It's bullocks.
Bollocks. What are bollocks?
It's like baloney, malarkey, boosh.
Oh, I
like
see.
you
Oh,
guys. You're lucky I'm being respectful. You don't have to bleep me out.
Okay. Well, right now we're talking to Chip, who's the champ, really.
You're disrespecting him.
I'm not disrespecting champ. I'm not disrespecting the champ.
I mean,
I'm not going to see the champ, so I'm not afraid of him right now. If he were in the room, I might be a little. Well, maybe I wouldn't be because how
it's
could
all
a
right.
guy?
I'm living my best life here in Naples, Georgia. Don't have to worry. Naples, Florida. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I keep having flashbacks of being in Georgia so long. because
sure
I
it's not
hated
Naples,
it so
Georgia?
much. It was absolute trauma.
Naples, Georgia is a suburb of Griffin. So really, what you're hating on is Griffin, Georgia, but you live like in a barn in Naples, Georgia, right, Chip?
Nah, Naples, Florida. Okay.
Okay, let me ask you this, Chip. How many violent people do you think of named Chip?
Good question.
Yeah,
I think just myself,
right.
and
So-
I am
yeah.
the greatest Chip of all time. I mean, name another great Chip. Please tell me.
Lay's.
Dude, these guys, you should see smug looks on both of them. Just give me an
This
order
guy.
and I'll
I mean,
do
it
it.
sounds like a lot of talk to me, is what I'm saying, Chip.
Man, you've got
A
it.
lot of talk. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of talk, a lot of hype, a lot of not really much to back it up. You had to send your little green guy up here with his chainmail on.
I'm nobody's
He looks
lackey.
like the
okay?
Green Goblin with chainmail.
Oh,
I mean,
take it easy. I'm no one's lackey, and I'll knock those glasses off your face.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
It's fine. No, he wouldn't be
He's
talking
not gonna
like
touch
this
you.
if I wasn't at least 500 miles away. So
Obviously.
I understand.
Yeah.
I
Obviously.
understand. It's all jealousy. I've had jealousy my entire single wrestling career.
Uh-huh.
Want to know why? Because at 19 years old, I am more successful than you will ever be in your entire life.
I can't argue with that.
He's got a point there. He's got a point there.
Well, 19, yeah. Started with playing for the St. Louis Cardinals, yeah. And then I went to Naples, Florida, and faded into obscurity like Chip Schuyler.
Oh, this guy is.
I love
he is
that.
a jerk,
That was
Chip.
awesome.
I'm telling you, you should see the look on this guy's face as he talks crap about you.
I'm just not worried about it. I mean, I'm not going to Griffin.
I don't think you realize how worthy he is, even talking on the phone with a champion
Well,
like
you know what?
myself.
Listen, you know what? I'm going to take this over for one quick second, Chip. Why don't you tell them what you're going to do to Tank? Forget about the fact, you know what, you're already fighting and we've got to deal with that. But why don't you tell the listeners, if this guy's got any listeners, why don't you tell them what you're going to do to Tank?
Well, Kevin, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Tank and Nathan this time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, you didn't tell me he's got to fight two guys.
Yeah, he's got a tag team partner. We don't know who he's picked yet, but yeah, it's going to be a tag death match.
I'll find one of my guys. I'm not too worried about that.
Not too worried about it.
But
It's not going to be
so
Chainmale.
Basically, if you haven't heard the story, I single-handedly beat Tank for my Ultraviolent Championship last December.
Sure.
And I've been champion up until this day and counting.
All right.
I already beat him single-handedly. Then Tank decided to send his little partner for so-called revenge, Nathan Mowry. Guess what? I beat his ass too. And so now Kevin wants me to... Oh, that was my music playing.
Oh, yeah, your music's playing. That means we have to go to a break. But I'm starting to get impressed with Mr. Chip here. And I want to talk more. Chip, I know you're a very, very busy man. Do you think you could stick around for one more segment? Maybe talk a little bit more? I know you're making deals. I know you're busy. Do us a favor. You stick around.
I'll end my photo shoot early because of this, but sure. Why not?
Just tell them to wait. I mean, they can wait on you. You're the champ. All right. It's getting crazy here at the studio. My name is Tim Andrews. You're listening to the Popcast. My guest, Kevin Kirkland, who is the general manager of Dynamic Wrestling Alliance, on the phone right now. Got Chip Schuyler. He's the ultra-violent champion, and I am starting to get a little bit afraid. And right across from me is a guy who's making me steadily more nervous as we go along. His name is Chainmale. Don't go away. One more segment. It's the Popcast with Tim Andrews. Welcome back to the Popcast with Tim Andrews. Our final segment. I'm feeling really beat up. This is Fozzy, by the way. Lights go out. Fozzy, of course, is
Chris Jericho.
That's right.
Yes.
The walls of Jericho. Hey, guys, I'm talking to Kevin Kirkland. He's the general manager of the Dynamic Wrestling Alliance. Also in here, unfortunately, is another guest. His name is Chainmale. He's got crazy eyes.
Dude, really?
You know, you look at him with those crazy eyes, man.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on security to get here at any
Seriously, guys.
And on the phone is the man who Chainmail carries the water for. DWA Ultraviolent Champion Chip Schuyler. I'm going to try to get out of here without anybody getting on me. And it's a good thing Chip Schuyler is on the phone. Chip and I had something in common. He was besmirching the lovely town of Griffin, Georgia. And you made note of it during the commercial break that I sounded like I was trashing Griffin. I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, it is pretty trash. So.
Yeah, well, Chip...
Do they have a Dollar Tree?
Yeah, well...
Because if they have a Dollar Tree,
corner.
they're on the map.
Every corner.
Yeah, they're on the map. Competing mattress stores.
Hey, Griffin put us on the map,
Yeah.
and Chip, I think you need to show a little bit of respect. I know you don't know what that's like. You're a punk 19-year-old kid, and I can understand that you can't show appreciation where it's deserved. So
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're looking for a nice dive bar to flirt with your cousin, Griffin is probably the town for you.
Well, I'm sure they have a nice chain restaurant that closes the bar at 11, right? Or do they have a real bar downtown?
You could go to an Applebee's and get crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But
Get that
no-
big beer.
yeah. Or
Bring me some more riblets.
Can I have that $1 Long Island?
Yes. But we all love Applebee's. We love chili. We love all those places.
Yes.
And
of
if you
course.
go to
Have any
Griffin,
of y'all ever heard of Ray's? Like, I'm talking $150 steaks at least. I'd be eating that shit on a daily basis.
Obviously.
yeah.
You'd think with that kind of diet you'd have bigger muscles.
Oh, that's a shot across the bow. Who's bigger, Chainmail or Chip Schuyler?
Obviously, Chip. Much bigger.
Obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
Chip. He's way bigger than me.
Honestly, not by
I'm looking
much.
at a picture of Chip Schuyler, and I got to tell you, I'm not all that impressed.
Yeah, now you can say what you want. You know?
Wow.
He's not some big scary guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely much bigger than both of you morons.
I'm 19. Oh. Okay, everybody's been 19. What else you got?
Oh, my
Not what
God.
your wife said last night.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You drove all the way up to Tucker, huh, last night, and then went back to Naples? Or do you have a helicopter? Or...
Yeah, that's why she was all tuckered out.
I got a private jet, dude. Come on now.
Obviously,
yeah.
He does have a
Champion privileges over here.
Absolutely. My wife's not going to like that.
I think he's a trust fund because that is
Must be.
GWA money is not paying for that.
No. No, trust fund. Trust fund, baby. I'm 19. I beat everybody. I'm going to Griffin. And I'm besmirching the town. I got some guy in Chaynmale, whose name is Chaynmale, repping me. Listen, dude, you better bring more than that, Chip, if you want to remain ultra-violent champion. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to back off and let Kevin wrap this up.
Yeah. Well, it's an honor for us to be on your show. We're a big fan of yours, Tim.
It's an honor to have you.
Yeah, man. And
I'm glad you came in. And nice to meet you, I suppose,
whatever.
Chaynmale.
Sorry that he crashed this party, but listen, we want you guys to come experience our show, and we obviously we love all the independent ones, shows around here, but we try to make it a very unique experience. If you can't make it, stream it on Kick. And like I said, we're wanting to kind of go into the virtual universe with this. And but yeah, like I said, Haunted Trail, plenty of stuff to do for the kids.
Live music? Do you got a band playing?
Live
Who's playing?
music.
What band do you have?
Madam Vega is going to be playing.
I heard they're good.
They're wonderful.
They are
play the
good.
ball at the hall. They're lovely.
They're
Sweet.
very good. Inflatables and face painting and all that kind of fun stuff too. So it's in Barnesville.
Skyler's the main event.
Oh, yeah, the main event with Ultraviolent.
Draw.
Hang on, Chip.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak. Ultraviolent champion, DWA Ultraviolent champions, Chip Schuyler. We're just having a little fun, buddy. I know that you're the champ, and you've got a bright career ahead of you. So hope you didn't mind a little ribbing, because I don't want to get beat up.
I think we should at least mention, like Chip said, obviously he's got the main event.
Yeah, he does.
A couple other wrestlers that are going to be there as well.
Yeah,
Like
I do.
Cyrus the Destroyer is going to be there.
Cyrus the Destroyer, all 6'8", 360 pounds.
Yeah.
Many, many more. I mean, we got Eddie Honcho, we got Grayson Pierce,
Parker Lee.
Parker Lee.
We've got an A4 scramble. Some guys from WWA 4.
Yeah,
doing a
it is going to be
scramble.
an action-packed show. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, come to this show and you are going to freak out.
Chip, where can people find you on the internet if they would like to follow you?
At the Chip Schuyler, anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
All right.
If you want to add me,
OnlyFans?
find me anywhere.
Okay.
The Chip Schuyler.
All right. Thank you, Chip. It was nice meeting you virtually, and I'm glad that you weren't here. I wouldn't have talked as boldly as I did. Take care, man, and good luck at your match. I hope you can beat those two guys. It was too bad that it's not a title match.
No problem, but I appreciate your support.
Okay. I don't really support him. All right. Bye, Chip. Chaynmale, where can people find you?
You can find me, Chaynmale, of course, on YouTube and Instagram and Chaynmale.
Spell it, because if people...
CHAYNMALE.
All right.
That's right, Chaynmale.
Chaynmale. And Kevin, where can people find you? And the DWA.
You can go to Facebook, Instagram, DWA Wrestling. Go check it out. You'll see all the information about the event, and we hope to see everybody there.
Guys, thank you again, all three of you. Knocktoberfest 2, Saturday, October 21st in Barnesville, Georgia. For tickets and information, I guess you go to dwa-wrestling.com. Now, we will talk to you next week. Whew. This was a lot of fun. I need to have more wrestlers on the show. It's the Popcast with Tim Andrews on WSB.